Hey, welcome back! Christmas Vacation has decked the halls with laughs, securing the win in Part 1, while Elf wrapped up its win in Part 2 with its sweet holiday charm. Now they're squaring off in the ultimate festive face-off. It's a 4-round holiday hoopla in our grand finale episode. Who will reign as this season's king of Christmas cinema? Will the Griswolds' chaotic cheer outshine Buddy's elfish antics? Well, pour a fresh cup of eggnog and settle in by the fire. This is Part 3, the jolly finale of our Merry Movie Showdown. This is the Nerd Coliseum.
Welcome back, gladiators. I'm Kristen.
I'm Frankie, and you're locked into the Nerd Coliseum where epic showdowns from the pop culture universe commence.
We started with 4 holiday giants, all vying for the top spot. Now we're down to 2. Who's going to take the crown and be the last film standing?
The game plan's simple. 4 rounds, 4 random categories chosen by our wheel of chance, and points for the wins. Most points by the end wins this holiday episode. The other, well, better luck next year.
Our matchups, well, they're randomly generated, and our decisions are a mix of solid facts and a pinch of personal taste. That's how we'll find our champion.
Right on, it's all about a fair fight here. Time to get into it. Christmas Vacation versus Elf. Back in the arena where tinsel and cheer collide, we spotlight Christmas Vacation. This laugh-packed holiday classic comes from the comedic genius of director Jeremiah S. Chechik and writer John Hughes.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
Step into the world of the Griswolds, where every Christmas is an adventure teetering on the edge of hilarious disaster. We find Clark Griswold, Chevy Chase, at his festive best, on a relentless pursuit of a holiday perfection, decking halls and yards with a gusto that knows no bounds. Beside him, Beverly D'Angelo shines as Ellen, the calm in the comedic storm, as their home transforms into a whirlwind of joyous mayhem.
Another returning champion enters the arena, dusted with sparkle of the North Pole. We present Elf. Under the whimsical direction of Jon Favreau, this heartwarming tale brings us the endearing Buddy, played to perfection by Will Ferrell.
Sorry I can't ride with you the rest of the way up, but this is where my dad works. Well, have a good time. Oh, I forgot to give you a hug.
Raised by elves at the North Pole, Buddy's journey to New York City to find his father is a kaleidoscope of Christmas spirit and childlike wonder. His towering height can't overshadow his larger-than-life heart as he navigates a world that's forgotten the true meaning of Christmas. From candy cane forests to the bustling streets of the Big Apple, Elf is a festive toast to joy, family, and the magic that happens when they come together.
All right, so it's come time. It's the finale of our Merry Movie Showdown. It's the 2 movies, Christmas Vacation and Elf. So which movie do you think might have the upper hand?
Okay, so these are both really good movies. I actually never saw Christmas Vacation before growing up until you and I got together and you introduced that movie to me. So I've enjoyed it since then, and I think it's a great movie. However, what I look for in movies, especially Christmas movies, is movies with magic. And I mean like literal magic. Fantastical ideas, like things that aren't based in reality at all. So that's why I really like The Grinch and I really like Elf, because they are truly fantastical movies with real magic kind of sewn into the story a little bit. So I think Elf has a little bit of an upper hand there. I think the comedy in both movies are different, but both like equally really good. But I really enjoy the fantastical side of a Christmas movie. So that's why I am going to give Elf a little bit of a lead in this matchup. What do you think?
No, I can absolutely respect that because both of these movies are really good, like you said, and all 4 of the movies that we've had in our matchup for this season have been fantastic. It's been a lot of fun for you and me to go back and watch all of these movies again which we were going to do that anyway, so
Yeah.
we might as well just talk about it at the same time. But no, for me, it's going to be Christmas Vacation because, like she said, I introduced it to her. Christmas Vacation's always been a family tradition, and watched it every year, and it's just one of the family's favorites. It's one of my favorites. And so for that, I'm giving it a personal upper hand for myself. Whether that means anything, I don't know, because it's all about the facts here, folks. It's not the opinions that make our winners, if you will. So
very, very true. So I like talking about like the comedy side of both of the movies too. Christmas Vacation has that old school comedy, which I love, like the Mel Brooks era, like all the National Lampoons, like all that,
yeah,
like really kind of goofy.
it's
almost,
got it's got the John Hughes magic to it, which is
Yes,
nice. It's a different
yes.
kind of magic from Christmas magic. This is more of like it is grounded a little bit more in reality. Besides like some of the scenes like where he's like going down the sleigh, right?
Yeah.
You know, going down the hill in his sleigh super fast. Talking about Clark Griswold doing that. So it's got other things that break reality in a little bit, but you're right. It does try to stay grounded a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it has like, don't get me wrong, it's a magical movie. I love the family dynamics. I think it's like all very much based in like we've been in those situations before, or
Yeah.
we know what you're going through, Clark Griswold. So, but yeah, again, and the comedy in Elf is very goofy and it's very Will Ferrell. And not everybody likes Will Ferrell comedy. I would say 90% of Will Ferrell comedy.
I think for this movie, it works.
Yeah,
Like,
it
whether you
does.
like Will Ferrell or not, which people are going to be like, no, you're wrong. But I think the Will Ferrell comedy works in this
Yeah.
type of movie.
Because it's childlike. He's meant to be very childlike.
Yeah.
So it's very childlike humor, like him burping for like a minute and a half. And and also, but I really enjoy just the fantastical side of it. Like your son was raised by elves in the North Pole, and now he's showing up in New York City, and he's got to bring Christmas magic to a bunch of grumpy New Yorkers. Like, yeah, that's fun. I like it.
All right. So that's it. Let's see. Let's get right down to it. Who is going to win this matchup? Gather round, friends. It's that pivotal time. We're about to unveil the 4 festive challenges that crown our holiday hit.
Feast your eyes on our enchanting Wheel of Chance. And there it goes. Our fate spinner has spoken. Charting the course for victory. Round 1, Festive Soundtrack. Who boasts the jolliest jingles and the most captivating Christmas carols?
Round 2, Laugh Out Loud Scenes. Which film will have us clutching our signs with its comedy gold?
Round 3, Family Bonding Moments. Which movie warms the heart with the coziest family connections and Yuletide life lessons?
Round 4, Cinematic Magic. Who will enchant us more with their movie-making spells of visual wonders and storytelling sorcery, aka cinematography and special effects?
So, without much further ado, let's dive into the fray with our first face-off, Festive Soundtrack.
All right, let's jingle our way into the musical world of Christmas Vacation. The tunes of this holiday hit are as legendary as Clark Griswold's light display. Now get this. The catchy anthem that had us rocking around the Christmas tree, Christmas Vacation, comes from the hit-making dream team Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil.
Hear that sleigh, Santa's on his way. Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation.
Mavis Staples lent her soulful voice to it, making it as much a part of Christmas as Santa himself. And who can forget the tropical vibes of Mela Kalikimaka, playing while Clark daydreams about a pool.
Kalikimaka is a thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Plus, when those holiday lights finally blaze, the Hallelujah chorus isn't just for the angels, it's for the Clark Griswold family victory. But, oh, the tangled Christmas lights. There was never an official album release. That's like getting a big box of Christmas decorations with no lights. Fans have been left to hunt down tracks like they're searching for the last strand of tinsel. And sure, some say the soundtrack's a one-hit wonder, but let's be real. When that one-hit wonder is Christmas Vacation, do you need anything else? So even if the album is as rare as a stress-free holiday, the Christmas Vacation soundtrack still wraps up the chaos and joy of Christmas in a big bow of musical delight.
All right, let's slide over to the jolly jingles of Elf. Folks, this soundtrack is like a Christmas cookie, sweet, familiar, and oh so satisfying. Packed with Yuletide anthems, it's got everything from Santa Claus is coming to town to Baby It's Cold Outside. And speaking of that duet, can we talk about how Zooey Deschanel and Will Ferrell turned a shower into the most charming carol concert ever?
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Then there's Maestro John Debney, who stirred up a score that's 1 part elf magic, 2 parts New York hustle. It looks like he took Christmas spirit and put it right into the orchestra pit. And with a sparkle of Louis Prima's pennies from heaven, we get a dash of vintage flair that has Buddy's heart all over it.
And every time it rains, pennies from heaven.
Shooby-dooby!
Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from
But hey, not every Christmas list is perfect, right? Some say the soundtrack plays it safe by sticking to the classics without tossing in any new tunes or two. Sure, we might know every word to these songs, but sometimes you just crave that surprise gift. Yet, at the end of the day, Elf gives us a soundtrack that's as integral to the holiday playlist as Milk and Cookies for Santa. It's a candy cane flavored trip down memory lane, and it's as much a part of our Christmas traditions as the movie.
Okay, it's time to deck the halls with the point for festive soundtrack.
And seizing the point, it's Christmas Vacation.
Hey kids, look, a deer!
When it comes to the battle of the soundtracks, it's looking a lot like Christmas Vacation might just be leading the sleigh ride. Sure, Elf brings those classic carols to the table, but Christmas Vacation serves up that extra sprinkle of holiday magic with a title track that's become synonymous with Christmas chaos and cheer.
While Elf cozies up with the tried and true, Christmas Vacation amps up the festive vibes with a mix that's as unique and memorable as the Griswold family's holiday shenanigans. It's that originality in their holiday harmony that gave them the edge in this round.
This brings us to round 2, Laugh Out Loud Scenes.
Let's unwrap the gift of giggles that is Christmas Vacation, shall we? This flick's like the Christmas lights on the Griswold's house. Bright, bold, and impossible to ignore. We've got Chevy Chase, our comedy king, turning every family fiasco from the bone-dry turkey to the kamikaze sled into a full-on laugh-out riot. And hey, if there's a comedy hall of fame, Cousin Eddie's got to be in it with his rants and his unforgettable RV.
It's a good-looking vehicle, ain't it?
Yeah, it's so nice parked in the driveway.
Yeah, it sure does. But don't you go falling in love with it now, because we're taking it with us when we leave here next month.
Some critics say that it's like that one string of light from the 80s. Some bits haven't quite made it through the years. According to them, a few jokes have hit the expiration date, yet even with the odd tinsel tangle, Christmas Vacation keeps us coming back for more. It's a festive feast of funnies that's become a classic.
All right, so let's deck the halls with Buddy the Elf's laugh out loud antics in Elf. Will Ferrell, as our beloved human elf, serves up comedy that's as sweet as syrup on spaghetti. He's the guy who thinks a revolving door is a ride, and a coffee shop that claims world's best coffee is something to cheer about, literally.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody. It's great to meet you. Hi.
This movie doesn't just jingle bells. It shakes the whole sleigh with humor that hits the funny bone of every generation. Buddy's pure elfish joy is a clever foil to our all-too adult world, and it's done with a wink that's as warm as Christmas cookies.
I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing.
Hey! There's no singing in the North Pole.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
We sing all the time.
No, it's not.
Especially when we make toys.
But sure, not all elf jokes land on the nice list. Some say Buddy's antics are more sugary than a candy cane and can leave you craving a bit more comedy meat. And for those not on the feral fan train, some gags might feel like getting a lump of coal in your stocking. Yet, even if Buddy's humor feels like it's on a sugar rush, it's the kind of rush that keeps us coming back for more. Elf might zip through its jokes faster than Santa's sleigh, but it's a ride we're all here for, even if we have to hang on to our elf hats.
All right, drum roll please. After a sleigh full of laughs and a snowball fight of hilarity, we're tipping the Santa hat to Christmas Vacation for the win.
Clark, it's so lovely. You deserve a home like this to spend Christmas in.
We're all about the present, but when it comes to holiday chuckles, we say the Griswold family's festive fiascos are just too classic to resist.
The crown's on your head, Christmas Vacation. You're the jolliest bunch of laughs this side of the nut house. Outdated or not, you're our champion of cheer.
All right, we've hit the midpoint. 2 rounds completed and 2 remaining. It's edge of your seat excitement. Christmas Vacation currently leads with 2 points, but things can quickly change in the next 2 rounds.
It's time for a quick intermission. Get ready because we've planned an incredible interlude.
Prepare yourselves for an exhilarating segment of 3 Truths and a Lie. 3 Truths and a Lie is a classic party game where a player tells 4 statements, 3 of which are true and 1 is a lie. The objective is for the other players to guess which statement is false. We'll serve up 4 film facts, but remember, 1 is a cinematic fib.
If you tuned in last time, you'll remember that it was me that was in the hot seat, but now it's Kristen's turn. Be sure to play along at home.
So just a reminder, I have not heard any of these statements before. So here we go.
All right. Statement number 1. In an early draft of the script, Clark Griswold's holiday light display was intended to be visible from space, leading to a comedic subplot involving NASA scientists trying to determine the source of the mysterious bright light.
I feel like that's true because isn't there a scene from the movie where like you can see it from kind of high up in space, like not
Yeah,
space,
and they have like the whole
and,
like
all
nuclear
the-
power plant.
Yeah, like all the lights go out. So I feel like that was probably a point. Maybe it was a deleted scene somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably as elusive defined as the soundtrack.
All right. Statement number 2. In the movie Elf, Will Ferrell caused several minor traffic accidents when walking through the Lincoln Tunnel in his elf costume because people were so surprised to see him in character.
So far, I think that one might be false because it's New York City and they see some crazy stuff every day and nobody cares. Like, I feel like they would just see somebody in an elf costume and just be like,
It's a regular
yeah,
Tuesday.
whatever. Some publicity stunt. I don't know. Get out of my way. That was a horrible New York accent.
I accept it. All right. Statement number 3. The cat in the Christmas lights scene of Christmas Vacation was supposed to actually be a dog in the original script, but they changed it last minute to a cat for comedic effect. And this is the scene where the cat chews on the lights and gets electrocuted.
I think it would make more sense for a cat to chew on something. Dogs, I don't know if they chew, like, because cats see string and they see bright lights and they're like, ooh, I need to grab this and play with it. And so I think that one is true. I think that makes more sense because I don't think it would be as believable if a dog was chewing on Christmas lights. I think cats are definitely much more likely to do that, having been a cat person my entire life. So,
and I don't know why it would be funnier for it to be a cat to do it, but I mean, it is. It's funnier for, I guess, because the noises that they make.
Yeah, like cats have that like squeal,
which is
whatever you want to call it.
Funnier than if a dog did it, I guess.
Yeah, a dog would just kind of yip.
So I know that it's funnier. I just can't explain why it's
also,
funny.
like, cats have 9 lives. So if you see, like, in a comedy movie, you see a cat, usually something bad happens to it. Something that would actually kill an animal, and the cat ends up just kind of running away. And I think it comes from that, like, we know that cats just, like, defy the laws of physics and have 9 lives and just survive multiple things.
Except for the cat in the movie didn't survive, unfortunately. You've seen this movie.
I don't remember the cat dying.
The cat turns to ash under the tree. You don't remember?
No.
All right. Statement number 4, our final statement. The design of Santa's workshop in the movie Elf, as well as the elf costumes, are heavily influenced by the classic 1964 Christmas special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that definitely has to be true. I just, like, I mean, especially since they kind of, like, pay homage to old stop-motion cartoons already.
In the movie.
In the movie. So I was like, yeah, why not? Wouldn't the costumes be inspired by Rudolph? So.
Okay. So you've got a job on your hands. I've given you 4 statements. You have to pick which one you think is not true.
I'm going to go with my initial gut and say that statement number 2 is false. I just don't think New Yorkers would give 2 thoughts about somebody in an elf costume. I mean, if you go to Times Square, you see people in all kinds of crazy costumes. So I'm going to go with statement number 2 is false.
Alrighty. Do you guys have that same one at home? Because if you do, you guys are incorrect.
Dang.
That statement is actually true. Will Ferrell created some minor traffic accidents in the Lincoln Tunnel when he was in his elf costume.
That's surprising. Maybe it's because it was Will Ferrell and not because of the
Yeah,
costume
that's true.
itself.
They're like, hey, that guy, because it was 2003, and they probably filmed it like a year or 2 before, so he was just fresh off SNL.
Yeah, I think it was more the fact that it was Will Ferrell than it was the costume.
Than the
he
elf
was
costume.
wearing.
All right. So that leaves 3 more statements that could be false, because that one was true. That's a true statement.
I'm going to go with the space one then.
Oh, okay. So the space one being, there was a deleted subplot in Christmas Vacation where their house was visible from space, and NASA scientists are trying to find the source of the mysterious light. Did you guys pick that one? Because that one is the truth, or that one is the falsity. That one is the right answer. That was false.
All right, viewers, how did you do? Let us know if you spotted the cinematic fib in the comments. Now it's time to plunge into the spectacle of round 3, family bonding moments.
Let's huddle up for a holiday huddle with Christmas Vacation, folks. This movie is like your own family Christmas dinner. Loud, messy, but oh so memorable. The Griswold clan, they're just like us, only more lights, more laughs, and way more, well, everything.
Shitter was full!
Ah, yeah. You checked our shitters, honey?
They've got that chaotic love that's as real as it gets at a family get-together. Sure, Clark may be dreaming of a fun, old-fashioned family Christmas, but the road there? It's paved with quirky relatives and those oop moments that have us all nodding and saying, been there. And those heart-to-hearts in the attic, that's the stuff of holiday magic, reminding us that it's not just the picture-perfect table setting, but the perfectly imperfect people around it that count. For some critics, it's like fruitcake, a holiday tradition that's not everyone's taste. But at the end of the day, Christmas Vacation wraps up the true holiday spirit with a big messy bow. It might not be everyone's cup of eggnog, but it sure has carved out its spot as a holiday movie classic, misfits and all.
Cue the snowflakes and the warm fuzzies because Elf is the holiday hug we all need. Buddy's quest to find his dad in the big city isn't just about the laughs. It's a heartfelt sleigh ride into the meaning of family.
And I was adopted, but you didn't know I was born. So I'm here now. I found you, Daddy. And guess what? I love you. I love you. I love you.
This movie's like the best Christmas present, unwrapped to reveal that family isn't just who you share DNA with. It's about who you share your candy cane covered life with. Buddy's boundless love does more than just spread Christmas cheer. It knits together a family that's as colorful as a string of holiday lights. And let's not forget the step family sweetness here. It's a recipe that's more sugar plum than sour, showing us that families come in all shapes and sizes.
Show your nose, get a little shit. Buddy, we'll frolic and play.
But okay, it's not all gingerbread and jingle bells. Some folks get a bit unsettled over Buddy's dad's chilly welcome.
I think we should call security.
Good idea.
I like to whisper too.
It's okay. Walter's my father.
Well, your dad's busy right now.
And sure, Buddy's elfish enthusiasm might be a bit much for those Christmas cynics. Plus, that fairy tale ending, maybe it wraps up a bit too neatly for those who like their holiday stories with a dash of reality. Still, at the end of the movie marathon, Elf leaves us with our hearts as full as our stockings. It's a feel-good frolic through snowflakes that remind us what's really at the top of our Christmas list. Love, laughter, and the kind of family moments that stick with you long after the credits roll.
So, who gets the prize for the family bonding moments category, you ask? Well, folks, that honor goes to none other than Elf.
Smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa.
In the category of family bonding moments, it's a tough sleigh to call, but Elf has the upper hand. While Christmas Vacation gives us that classic, chaotic family holiday scenario that many of us know all too well, Elf brings a certain sweetness and a message about the importance of love and acceptance in a family that's hard to resist.
Buddy the Elf's innocent charm and heartfelt journey to connect with his biological father tugs at the heartstrings in a unique way. The film touches on themes of acceptance, belonging, and the true meaning of family, which resonates deeply during the holiday season.
So, while both films bring the family feels, Elf skates away with this round thanks to its uplifting and universally appealing portrayal of what it means to be a family.
The holiday spirit is full of surprises. Let's roll into the showdown and see what fate has in store. The final round category is Cinematic Magic. Alrighty, let's twirl some tinsel around the visual spectacle that is Christmas Vacation, folks. Now, the movie's got this cozy, almost wrapped in a warm blanket vibe that just screams holiday spirit. And who could forget Clark greasing up his sled with that kitchen lube? He zips down that hill faster than a reindeer on a rocket fuel. And no fancy CGI was needed for that. Sure, the special effects might not be what the cool kids today are used to, and the camera work, well, it's as straightforward as a string of lights. No fancy twirls or frills, but hey, we're not here for a documentary of holiday decor, right? When the eggnog's all said and done, Christmas Vacation isn't the star on the tree for its cinematic razzle-dazzle. It's the belly laughs and those I feel ya Clark moments that make it a holiday classic. So let's raise our glass to the Griswolds, the kooky kings of Christmas.
Step into the visual winter wonderland of Elf, where every frame is a peppermint twist of cinematic delight. Buddy's world is full of Christmas cheer, with a color palette that pops like a string of festive lights. Favreau's got the camera dancing between the towering skyscrapers and the twinkling North Pole with the grace of a sugar plum fairy. Plus, the stop motion, it's like a heartfelt high five to the Christmas specials we all grew up with.
Why the long face, partner?
It seems
I'm not an elf. Of course you're not. You're 6'3" and had a beard since you were 15.
But the North Pole, for some, it feels as staged as a holiday window display. It's got whimsy, but when Buddy hits the Big Apple, the contrast can be as stark as eggnog and espresso. But when the sleigh lands, Elf sprinkles its cinematic magic like snowflakes on your tongue, unique and delightful. It's a visual feast of holiday joy that's as essential to Christmas as Buddy's 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup.
Now has come the time where we must award the final point to this matchup. Will Elf tie the game, or will Christmas Vacation take the win? Let's find out.
The winner of the category of cinema magic is, well, just going to have to wait.
Before we reveal the victor, let's challenge our audience, that's you guys, with a movie trivia quickfire.
That's right, Trivia Titans. Step up to the challenge. Whether you're flying solo or joining forces with a pal or soon-to-be pal in the next seat, let's get those brain gears turning.
This round, we're putting the spotlight on 2 holiday classics that keep on giving: Christmas Vacation and Elf. Are you the master of Christmas movie miscellanea? You have 4 questions to find out.
First up, true or false? The actress who played Aunt Bethany was also the voice of a very famous cartoon character.
Time's up. The answer is true. If you recognized Aunt Bethany's voice, that's because actress Mae Questel was also the voice of Betty Boop and Olive Oil.
Now, on to Elf. What is the name of the department store where Buddy finds himself decking the halls?
If you said Gimbals, ding ding ding, you just slayed that question.
Let's swing back to Christmas Vacation. Why does Clark have sticky hands while in bed with a magazine talking to Ellen?
That's right. It's from the sap of that gargantuan Christmas tree they hauled back from the great outdoors. Nothing says holiday mishaps quite like a bit of tree sap comedy.
All right, so for our final Elf question, who is the children's book author that Buddy inadvertently insults at his father's office?
It's none other than Miles Finch. Remember, never call an F angry. They drink and they know things.
And that's a wrap on this round of trivia. Did you ace it like a Christmas test, or did we throw you for a loop? Share your score with us and let's spread some trivia cheer.
All right, folks, back to the game at hand. We've sledded through cinematography, and it's time to dish out the point for who stands above. Without further delay, the winner of the cinematic magic category is Elf.
Someone need a hug.
In the category of cinematic magic, Elf has the upper hand. The visual charm of Elf lies in its creative use of classic filmmaking techniques, its nostalgic nod to vintage Christmas specials with stop-motion animation, and the seamless blend of a whimsical fairy tale world with modern-day New York City. These elements come together to create a movie that's as visually enchanting as its story is heartwarming.
While Christmas Vacation has its own iconic visual moments and the warm glow of holiday tradition, it doesn't quite match the innovative and whimsical cinematic spirit of Elf.
Well, it's a holiday cliffhanger. We're all tied up, 2 apiece for Christmas Vacation and Elf. It's a tinsel-tangled tug of war that's come right down to the festive wire.
But every movie match needs a champ, and for that, we're looking to you, the fans, and your scores that shine like stars on the top of the Christmas tree.
Yep, we're diving into the treasure trove of Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb to see which film has been wrapped up with the most love.
Christmas Vacation sparkles with a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of a whopping 86%.
And Elf is nipping at the heels with a cheery 79%.
Over on IMDb, the Griswolds are cozied up with a solid 7.5 stars.
While Buddy and his elfish charm are just a twinkle behind at 7.1 stars. Well, the people have spoken, and these scores are the sleigh bells that ring in our winner.
With hearts aglow and votes in tow, Christmas Vacation triumphs by a nose.
It's the Christmas star. And that's all that matters tonight. Not bonuses or gifts or turkeys or trees. See, kids, it means something different to everybody. Now I know what it means to me.
Santa's red-nosed reindeer would be proud.
Cue the applause and pass the eggnog. We've had laughs, we've had cheers, and boy, have we had some holiday drama.
It's a tough break for Elf hanging up its stocking with Grace, but Buddy, you're always going to be a Christmas VIP in our book.
So grab your moose mug and toast to Christmas Vacation, taking the title home to the Griswold family abode.
Remember to hit that subscribe button and jingle that notification bell because our pop culture battles continue all year round.
Catch our matchups on your favorite podcasting platforms, YouTube, and anywhere else you love to listen.
Share the holiday hype and tell the world about the Nerd Coliseum, your home for all things that are merry and bright in pop culture.
Dreaming of a face-off? Whether it's lightsabers clashing or gaming icons racing, email us your epic showdown wishes at thenerdcoliseum@gmail.com. It's spelled as in the Roman Colosseum, Colosseum.
I'm your host with the holiday most, Frankie.
And I'm Kristen, your guide to the festive fight night.
Until the next clash,
keep those reindeer games strong.
And may your movie marathons be merry and bright.
Happy podcasting, and to all, a good fight.